Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's an absolute joy to do this. So, while the audience kind of gathers their thoughts and thinks of questions and comments, I actually want to ask you guys to reflect a little bit on the journey of making the film itself. I know that both of you come from different practices of making cinema, and just to reflect on what it was to actually make your first fiction film.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, everyone who's come here. And thanks to Shubhashri. And so, as much as I would like to say that two different forms, but film is film after all, and be it fiction, non-fiction, and so I think where it all started was on a birthday 4 years ago when this actually a part of it happened to us, and after that when we started speaking to a lot of friends and family, and a lot of people just told us, hey, that's happened with us also. And we're like, let's write something. And that's how it began. But it took us 3 years to materialize. Luckily enough, or coincidentally enough, it's been exactly 1 year when we finished shooting last year this film. So this screening is quite special.
As Nabina said, yeah, like the film started from a personal experience only, and obviously it took 3 years for us to make it. We were doing our masters in Delhi at that time, and for obvious reasons we couldn't do it in Delhi. And then later we thought of like obviously we want to make it. A lot of people had shared the same experiences with us, and I think it's not just for Bangalore or Delhi or for me or for her. This is happening to a lot of people in a lot of cities, be it faith or like whatever, like social identity basically.
Caste, gender, a lot of people from a lot of identities. Like especially, I remember when I was in Pune doing my undergrads. In Pune, there's this locality called Kothurud, and if you just go over there, and like there are buildings where you will not see a single surname which is other than Kulkarni, Deshpande, Deshmukh, which are all these upper caste surnames. So like it, like I have friends who've told me that like Kashmiris find it very difficult in Pune or even in Bombay to find houses. So like people from different faiths and regions like Kashmir, because just they are Kashmiris, they don't have to be Hindus or Muslims or anything. Just because they are Kashmiris, they are not they're not given this basic right of housing in cities today. So yeah.
So just to actually pick up on that, can you guys reflect? I mean, and this is something that's a larger kind of narrative, right, around sort of social identity and cities. And there's been this, for centuries now, this kind of idea that you can sort of hide yourself in the city and lose yourself, and then or that cities enable kind of the blurring of certain boundaries, and just to kind of reflect on that, both how large urban spaces enable some of this, but also where sort of the kind of where that stops happening in some.
So I'll tell this experience. We both studied in Jamia, and I know there are a lot of people here who are from Jamia. Even spaces like in Delhi, like maybe there is that, like as you said, like the lines blurry. But even in Jamia, the reason why Jamia was attacked a few years ago, because it's a ghetto of Muslims, or it is a space where you will find only Muslims, and it's easy to just blame one community, or like even today back where I come from, even if the lines are so blurred in cities, you will still find that the Dalits or the lower castes are still in whatever the city, however the cities have expanded, they are still outside of the city boundaries. So I wouldn't really say the lines, to some extent maybe they've blurred, but
Even I don't think it's blurred. It's maybe invisible. That's the thing. Like, sorry. As she said, most of the people in Delhi doesn't want to like see. I lived in somewhere around Safdarjung enclave, and almost every day when I used to go to college, like most of the auto people doesn't come there. Like we don't want to go there. Like they just ignores it. So just to add to what she said, and I don't think it's just about a one particular identity. As I said earlier, it's about a lot of social identity being like treated differently. That's why that's why we didn't want to say like, oh, this person had done this or this person had attacked this person. We doesn't want to show that like this can happen anywhere and this can happen to any kind of people is what we try to say. And moreover, like because of this happened to us, so we thought like we should be honest towards that. So that's why maybe things are like a little bit like that, I guess.
Also, like I remember when we were writing the story was also when I was house hunting. So a lot of experiences which I faced in this neighborhood, like right down in Vyale Kaval, definitely came onto like I was like outrightly asked like, are you a Muslim? Do you eat non-veg? Will you have people over? Like they don't have to be like they don't have to be friends, families. Like just you don't like if a woman is living by herself, she should not have any. She can't have any visitors, be it male, female. Like she just can't have any visitors. So, and I know like out of all these people I see, my colleagues, so many of us, we've had these discussions of of having faced these same problems.
Good afternoon, ma'am and sir. And like, first of all, I'm Virginia from the National School of Journalism, pursuing my third year graduation degree. The film was amazing, and I have two questions to you. Number one, that why did you choose Bengaluru as a place to shoot your film? Number two, that because even I'm an aspiring documentary filmmaker, so I would want to know that how did you budget your film and bring it out so beautifully?
No, I'll answer both questions. Bangalore, because as I said, I mean, obviously logistic issues are there, but in a conceptual level, basically it can happen anywhere, right? Like I was just saying that. So friends from Bangalore also shared the same experience. So we thought like it can happen here also. Like we were thinking of Chennai, but then I thought basically I'm working in Chennai and I'm from Chennai these days. So. But in Chennai also, like we couldn't imagine it like as it had happened in Delhi. So that's why we came to Bangalore. And budget thing, like this event had actually happened in 2018. 18. Obviously, budget reasons only took us to shoot in partly in 21 and then in 22 and like screening in 23.
Hello. Yeah, hi. I am Vikas Kumar. Thank you so much. It was a lovely film, and I really enjoyed watching. I have the topic that you have chosen. It was something that all of us connect to, like no matter which cities we have stayed. So, like I was actually like particularly interested in the process of making the film because there is a lot that goes behind, and especially like you and like just she just mentioned ki, like they are so many young filmmaker who wants to make film, but at the same time they have so many responsibilities. Like maybe you are also working here, and like how like so I just want to understand like how do you manage like with your work schedule and with this idea of making film, and there's so much that goes. So like I'm particularly interested to know like from you like how did you manage all that? Thank you.
Mostly because of the support of a lot of people. Like you just saw people like
Yeah, like
Sanal and
everyone who
Julian
worked in
and
the film, like I
yeah,
am really
because of
grateful.
their support only mostly this had happened, shooting and everything. Otherwise, in the process of filmmaking, writing, I think you can do if you have a like uh, you can do that at any time. It's just you have to make time for it is what I think. For shooting and other purposes, obviously, like we were taking leaves
Actually,
and
the
other
film didn't
things.
take a lot of time to shoot. So this is overall 4 schedules. So like 4 8s are 24 hours. So 4 different days, out of which we shot 1.5 day like at a stretch because obviously our first film we didn't account that it will take so much time, and secondly. Also, like when we were shooting the first schedule, which is in the interiors, is when the COVID curfew was going on during third wave. So we couldn't shoot outside, which then led us to shooting 2 more days in February, which is 18th and 19th, 2022. So actually shooting didn't take us a lot of time. The prep and everything was also like, it was mostly, as I said, like with the help of a lot of friends and colleagues, word of mouth. Like you see, like the whole of Media Lab is in credits because I didn't know anyone in Bangalore, and like literally, like right from asking Nikki, who's somewhere here. Yes, right from asking Nikki, like, hey, please give me a cinematographer, and then like Sanal came on board, or from like Juliana, that Sudhanva just spread the word across on. So like a lot of word of mouth and help from colleagues and friends.
It's not so much a question, but just congratulations. It's really moving, and I really like the way you showed Vaili Kaval because I live in Vaili Kaval as well, and so it was very nice to see that, and just I think the closing shots where you had the 1 BHK vegetarian only. That I found really powerful, and I was really cute. The CCTV camera footage. So if you could like talk a little bit about that, because I found that very interesting, and like the choice to use that. Yeah.
Basically, we wanted to show like there is always a CCTV behind them. Is the idea basically like somebody is always watching is the idea. But I think we haven't shown it till a point in the film. Like in the prologue, it is there. Like some city shots through CCTV is there, and after like they're getting into the apartment like, where the tension starts. It's there. So like as an idea, like we wanted to. Give the audience a consciousness from there, like somebody is watching them always is what the idea is. You want to add something?
Just the idea that you're always, wherever you go, you're being watched, and it it's sometimes it is safety and everything definitely, but like surveillance and everywhere you see these days, like everywhere there are so many CCTVs, and it can be discomforting at a lot of times.
Basically, another thing is that where we were living in Delhi, that apartment also had a CCTV, and I guess they got to know about like we were making chicken curry or like our friends are coming through that CCTV only, right? And the other thing is that like as you said, the identity like being watched, like it's not just you as a person being watched. Like you don't have to tell like your surname, or you don't have to like tell anything openly to judge by all these people. So maybe that also can be there.
One from anyone?
Great film, Nabina and Faisal. I think you guys did a fantastic job. I was wondering, choosing fiction to put sort of recount such a, like the idea of cities, identities, why fiction? Or would you also explore it non-fictionally through documentary or something like that? Like, why this form?
So the day when the incident sort of happened, I remember sitting down and I was like, we should write something. And like the first thing I think it just came was fiction. I don't know, maybe it was that point in time. I remember we were doing a short film for the college project, and like it came just naturally. But also like the first question, like adding this to the first question that you asked, Neha, was like about the form. So like as you spoke, Ruchika, like the last credit roll where we are showing the two leads of difference. So that we was like, okay, that is something which is like a little documentary style, but those were all again staged. But we just wanted to make it feel like a little documentary style, maybe just, and to answer your question, Sona, yeah, it just came naturally. So fiction came naturally to us, I feel.
I think we just wanted to add that, that the song and like two couple in a city, like you can imagine that in a fiction well, I guess.
Yeah, actually the song played a very important role. I remember like how the song was like, I was just listening to the original song and I was like, this is the line, हम दोनों रहेंगे कबूतर जैसे जिसमें होगा ना बाजुओं का डर, and that line is what actually made us rewrite the whole script in a way, because that line is so potent, and thanks to Piyush Mishra, we have sent him and everything, and that line is so powerful, like, and I think that fiction gives you that freedom. Yeah.
Time for one more? Or? Okay.
This is not a question. I just wanted to say that, especially because what you just said right now is that it's a short film, right? But it comes at you so nicely and slowly. It's like just another day in the city, to people having fun, having the kind of conversations which like go nowhere, just like two people talking. And then slowly, like, just at that last bit, it sort of changes. And I think you did a nice job with how the camera changes as well. And I just realized that it's when the credits start happening that it hits you fully. And with that song that plays, and like my eyes were tearing up at that moment. The whole movie, I was fine. I was like, yeah, this is how it's playing out. It's great. And then the credits started rolling, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to cry now. And that song was playing, and I was like, okay, this is it. So great job, guys. Really loved it.
So thank you all very much. Congratulations again, and hope there'll be many more.